morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of 623 Lives Matter show on South Philadelphia Community Radio, wont 92.9. We wanted to get right into things. My name is James Romeo, and we got 2 weeks left until nominations. So a lot of stuff's going on. I'm going to wait till Richard Hooker comes in. He's running a little late with the preload, but it's expected this time of the year. But I'm going to go into a little thing that I was campaigning on, was it a couple days ago, Oregon Avenue, early AM, the preload shift, and with people coming in for preload. And you meet a lot of interested Teamsters. They're really, like, everybody has really different personalities, and it's amazing. And you also have people with different experiences. I ran into this one Teamster, and what he had to say hit home. And it was me and another fellow Teamster just listening to the person talk. And what he was saying is basically how everybody feels. And I'll get into that, what he was saying. I was basically campaigning, just out there like, my name is James Romeo, 623 Lives Matter, and, giving my paperwork out, I have little flyers. And this person, he stopped and he looked at me and he was like, I want to, keep it 100 with you, my man. I was like, well, he was like, can I talk to you? I was like, absolutely. I was like, I want to hear what you have to say. He was like, I'm not really political. I was like, okay. He was like, with all the politics going on inside, he was like, me personally going through a lot of things with management. I got fired before and wasn't represented properly, and he was going in, like, he was very passionate. And I was like, wow. I was like, that's that's a shame that you weren't represented properly. He was like, he went to a little thing where he had to go do something for his daughter, and they wouldn't let him leave, and he left. But he was letting them know it was an emergency and it was an issue. Okay, he wound up getting disciplined, and I think he got fired, but he got his job back. So with him he had to fight tooth and nail for himself, basically, and he did get his job back. Now, he was telling me that inside the building there, that, he feels that the people aren't being represented properly, and he just doesn't feel that it's going to change. And I was like, if you would like to vote for the 623 Lives Matter, we will definitely make sure that you are represented properly, and we will make sure that, we have that family feel, so on and so forth. This guy looked at me and he was like, I understand what you're trying to say. He's like, I understand that you want to be for the people. He was like, but they won't let you. And when he said they, he pointed to the UPS symbol, and he pointed to right behind him when he was talking to me. And it gave me chills just now, because it's so true, because this is how it is right now working for UPS. You want to make a difference as an individual. Like, I'm just a member wanting to make a difference. I want to make things better for the people. And you have a lot of the members on the same wavelength, same mindset, where they're going, it sounds good, but it's not going to happen, because they are not going to let you do it. And by they mean the company. And that's basically the mindset that's being set forth in what's going on inside, because people have tried and people have failed, because they don't let them succeed. They don't let it go any further. Something's stopping them from helping the members like they should be. And it's not right to have that feeling. You don't want that feeling of, not being protected. All right. well, Richard Hooker just let me know he's not going to be in today. Well, so we're going to run this good. I hope everything's all right. So, all right, so this is how it's going to go. That feeling, like I was telling you, we don't want that feeling anymore. That's a huge reason we're all running, because we want to change that feeling. We want to change it. We want to make sure that feeling goes away. We want to make sure that the members are 110% sure that they're being, protected by their leadership, the members of the e-board, their shop stewards. We want to make sure that everybody is on the same wavelength. Everybody, not just the members with the fear of not being protected. We want everybody being 110, 120, 200% sure that they are protected, that they are, if somebody says something, it's going to get done. And that's what our reputation is right about now, because more than ever, more people are coming up to me and asking for help. I like to say that I have that reputation of helping people, and not only helping people, getting the proper help and getting it done in a proper manner. Because it's one thing to help somebody, but to help somebody in the right way, make sure they get steered in the right direction, it's another thing just to say, yeah, I'll help you, and just never get back to it. Because how many times have you had that happen to you? I know me, I've asked people for help, and yeah, I got you, brother, okay. Next thing you know, I never hear from them again. They never say anything, and I'm like, okay. So with that being said, I know a few things that Richard Hooker wanted to talk about, which was, besides being 2 weeks close to nominations, there are going to be 4 slates. So right now there are 3 out there. The 4th one has peaked its head. I'm hearing nominations that they're going to fully come out. I don't know all the names on it, but there will be 4. But again, other locals have had 4 and still risen to the occasion. One took over the local and did a lot of good things. So this is just another obstacle thrown our way that we will overcome. It's just more and more and more things get thrown our way. I mean, and we're not, hindering to anybody. We're just going to keep being stronger, going forth, putting out the literature to people, helping them. The website is a huge hit, 623livesmatter.org. You want to go there, and I tell people this is everything that you need to be a local 623 Teamster member. It's everything. And when you go there, if you go to our locals one, it's no comparison. I mean, I always say it's for the members, funded by the members, for the members. And it's little things like that gets you going. It gets you, I was handing out the flyers at the Oregon Avenue again, and that's one of the flyers I was giving out. And people were just looking, and they didn't really, you could see that they didn't understand why it was being done, and it's okay, because the things that we are doing is kind of like, it's out there, because the normal person wouldn't do like half the things that we are doing for our members, because we are doing a lot for our members. We're going out there. We are, campaigning. We're getting the word out there. We're educating the members. We're helping the members. We're doing, things that, on our own time, our own dime. And, it's not like we're bragging. I mean, it's because we want to. And this is just another thing where we did it because it's something that needed to be done. It's something that needed to be done, and it's something that had to be done, honestly, because our members, we got new members, we got old members, we got, people that are in between, and they just don't know a lot about our local. They don't know a lot about their rights as being a local 623 member. So this, you could go there, you could subscribe, you could get text messages, you could actually go there and you could actually get information on maybe issues that you're having, pay shortages, harassment, how to do it. So it's very good. Recommend every local 623 member to check it out. I haven't heard one bad review yet, and I like to tell everybody thank you for checking it out and giving it a shot. The fourth slate, like I said, it's going to keep it. It's going to come out regardless. If there's a fifth slate, I don't, honestly, me personally, I don't care. It's not going to change how I'm doing things. I'm going to keep doing what I need to do to better our group, myself, and everything I need to do. Meeting people, introducing myself, letting them know what's going on. And it's, the more I do it, the more people I make, or more people I meet rather. And it's crazy because I've been with the company for 19 years, and that's a long time. I mean, I didn't think I'd be here that long, but I've made it this long, and I'm planning on staying here for the rest of my career. Now, when you think about that, you meet people that have been there longer than you, and they don't know a lot about the local, and to me, it's okay. It's okay that they don't know as much because they should be. It shows that they weren't as much in trouble. You know what I mean? And that's the one thing. Like, to me, if you're a good employee, right? And in quotation marks, you will never use a union. But the problem is, I always tell people that they should know. And if they don't know, I don't want to blame the member. Because where I'm getting at is, I talked to a member one time when I was campaigning. And thanks, Rich. When I was campaigning, I ran into a young lady who, she's been here for a while, and she told me that the members have should know more about the local, the union. And I said, absolutely. And she goes, for them not taking the time out to do it, they're lazy. And I didn't see that. I think that, some people come to work to do a job and go home. And the guy I was talking about earlier, who said the same thing, if he believes that I will help them, but they won't let me, he said the same thing. He said, I'm here to get a paycheck and go home. And a lot of members are like that. Now, if you're here to get a paycheck and go home, usually you just come in, do your job, and you leave. Learning stuff and, obtaining information, is it really on your, to-do list? And like I said, that's what I mean by I can understand it, but it also bothers me that it wasn't even offered. And that's what I always ask questions, and when I'm talking to somebody, I go, how long you been here? And I met somebody the other day, 21 years. Okay. I was like, well, do you know, like this Saturday is our meeting? And he goes, no. I was like, all right, well, have you ever been to a meeting? He was like, no. I was like, do you know where the hall is? No, I don't even know. I was like, you have to have the number. He was like, well, I've called once or twice. I'm like, all right, well, you do have the number. But I'm just like, wow. To me, that's a lot, because our business agents should be present a little bit. Like, and I mean, it's hard to say they could talk to everybody because you have almost 5,000 members. But in 3 years, I think you could talk to that many people. I mean, honestly. And getting it out there about the union meetings and let them know, because a lot of people don't know when, where, how, what time. You know, that's crazy in itself, but I could understand that because me being a member, it was a while before I came to a meeting myself. Didn't know anything, didn't know where it was. I had to find out, you know, I did investigating and I showed up. But some people, everybody's different, put it that way. Everybody is different. So when you put that into perspective, you got to understand that a lot of people work 2 jobs. A lot of people do Saturday work, you know, if they have their second job. A lot of people, you know, are getting off Saturday in the early AM and they just make it home and they can't get to sleep and get to the hall safely in that allotted amount of time. Some people are actually leaving work and barely getting enough time to get to the union meeting. So I can understand why a lot of members don't make it, but I just can't understand how a lot of members don't know about it. So I got flyers going out telling people when it is, where it is, you know, where to go to, you know, and what time it is. So I try to get the information out because it's about educating the members. I mean, there's members that just want to come and see what's going on, and that's what it's about. You want to come and see what the union meeting is about. Some people have gripes and they want to, you know, bring it up, and you're right. I mean, you should be able to come and talk and be like, hey, this is going on, because honestly, they can't be everywhere. So us as members are their eyes and ears, and we're supposed to like relay the information to the shop stewards, and shop stewards relay it to the BAs, and then the information goes on. But it's not done that way. A lot of people don't even know who their shop steward is. A lot of people don't know who their BA is. So when you go down and trickle down, there's a lot of stuff the members at 623 don't know. And I think that definitely is one of the things that need to change, because being a member, when you come into the workplace, like me for example, I can definitely use myself. This was my first legitimate job. I did a little stuff beforehand, you know, everybody dabbled in like corner store stuff, you know, just to get your feet wet and getting jobs or whatever. But this was my first legitimate job, and I got in here right after high school. I was never a union member. I didn't know anything about a union. I just knew being a union member was the way to be, you know, because when you're a Teamster, Teamsters have your back. And that's how you want to, you know, be. You want everybody in there. You want to feel safe. You want everybody to go, hey, brother, this is what's going on. You know, I got your back. When was the last time you could say that? I mean, I know for a fact that Richard Hooker has done all this. I mean, a lot of things are going to go on this Saturday's meeting. I mean, it's going to be a lot of members going there. There's going to be a lot of new faces that haven't been there for a while. I know I've been giving out paperwork, letting people know about that $50 they can get. And they didn't know, and they will be showing up. So, I mean, I'm bringing my mother down. Her seniority, she hit her seniority, and to be eligible for that. So, and to come into the meeting, and after the meeting, you go to a seminar, a little 20-minute seminar, and you get you sign I think they take your name down, and they send you a check in the mail for $50, as long as you're eligible. Now, a lot of people don't know that, and a lot of people are just about to hit their year anniversary, and you only eligible before your year. So I was telling a lot of people that I've been meeting that you got to come this Saturday to get it. I mean, it's yours. It's just yours to obtain. I mean, you got to come. And they're like, oh, man. I said, all right, when is it? Where is it? Here's the paperwork. They're like, great. They're like, that's thank you. I needed that. Put it in their book bag, took the information, and that's great. And that's the one thing I can say about the flyers that I've been handing out. I mean, I take a lot of time and I create them. I put information that me myself would want to know, and I think that is essential to know. I mean, it's nothing like I'm sitting here talking your ear off. It's stuff that it's it catches your attention. And when I put that down about the meeting, and people are just like, oh, and then they learn about that $50 and it catches them, it's just like, wow, it's stuff they didn't know. And they don't, when I give out my flyer, they don't throw it away. And now I'm proud of that. I have my stepson draw a logo for the flyer. His take on Uncle Sam. He dressed him up in the UPS Browns, and you want better, vote better. And I couldn't be more proud of that, because it's amazing to have a talented family member, support you. I mean, it makes you feel good, especially when people are backing you, they know that you could do the position, you could do the job, they know how you are as an individual. And it's amazing because it gives you the strength to do more. It really does. I mean, I've done a lot more than I thought I would ever do on this slate because of the members. The members give me what I need to go on. And it's basically every time I go out and campaign, I meet somebody new. And I said this earlier. And when I meet somebody new, I get a new story. When I get a new story, it just it fuels me up. It just makes me want to go do it again. And I will be doing it again. And I want to do my little announcement for that. I'm going to have a little special rally. I want to say rally. Let's say rally. A little special rally Thursday, which is tomorrow, between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. at Oregon Ave UPS. I will have a bunch of friends there, and without giving that away, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a bunch of people that supporting the cause with us. They're going to be handing out flyers. They're going to be handing out, taking pictures if you would like to take pictures. And they will be.
What's up, man?
What's up? I got Richard Hooker on the phone. Thank God for technology, right? And we're going
Yeah,
to.
man.
Oh, yeah. So, that's new to me. But everything all right, Hook?
Yeah, man. Man, my little girl, she was sick, and then
Okay.
so yeah, man.
I hope daughter gets well, and
Yeah,
it's basically we're bringing up that I know you had the announcement about the fourth slate, and you had the good, the bad, the ugly coming up. So I
right,
was bringing up
right,
to date with that. I was letting them know that Thursday I will be at Oregon Avenue with some special guests, handing
right,
out our paperwork with. We're gonna have some signs and like a little rally for us there, and everybody at the PHL Air Hub. Don't worry, I didn't forget about you. I just have to do one at a time, and I'm doing here a little first because it's a little bit more convenient for my guests. So I got to get with my other friends and get over there, and it's going to be doing the same thing. I'm going to be doing an early AM over there. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I'm probably going to do it next week. So I
okay.
just got to set the times for everybody because, life happens. People have jobs,
Yeah,
people have,
yeah,
school and so on and so forth. So, and they're doing me a solid because they support what I do and what we stand for. So, and
right,
I mean, I appreciate that most of all because, we got to get up early. I got to get up like around 6 o'clock, and I get off work at 3.
right,
So by the time I get home, get some sleep, get showered and all, and then go right back out, have to pick everybody up and then meet up, go over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over there, rally a little bit. I talked to Jumbo. Jumbo said he's going to try to make a little bit of appearance because I told him what I was doing. He was like,
Right.
"Oh man, I love it."
Right.
So and after that, I'm gonna take my friends out to breakfast for my appreciation to them for helping us out. So the shout out to them, and I'll spoil the little bit of the guest. Okay, it's going to be the Philadelphia Web Warriors, and if you don't know what that is, it's a cosplay group, and it's a bunch of people that do their interpretation of Spider-Man. So they will be there. Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, and I got like a whole bunch of friends showing up, and Miles Morales, Peter Parker, whoever, and
Right.
supporting us. And I want to have a bunch of uh, pics opportunities, so you can take pictures with them, supporting us, holding our sign, which I have to get from you later on if I can.
Got you.
I'm going to meet up with Jumbo. He's going to give me a sign too, and he said he's going to come. So if he can't make it, I'll at least have one. But
Right.
that's how we're going to do it, and it's going to be basically for the drivers and there are people coming off preload and people starting the next shift. And I think it's really nice to have that. I mean, it's a cute, quirky thing to do, but who don't like Spider-Man?
Yeah. Plus, is anything that we
Yeah,
can do to get people more motivated to
yeah.
vote and
Anything you could do
participate.
for to
Yeah.
motivate the people. I mean, it's honestly it's something that I came up with. I ran it by my friend, and I didn't think anybody would jump on it because sometimes you think things are silly. I mean, we're all
Right.
adults here, but you know what? I mean, still, our inner child. You know, I mean, when I was younger, I would have killed to see Spider-Man, and
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
me, like that's still there. Especially if you got somebody that portrays him well. So,
Right.
that'll be tomorrow, and when next week hits, um, after I get done this, I'm gonna try and work on the following week for the Air Hub.
Okay.
So that's what's going to happen there. Um, any information that I'm missing, Hook, or that you wanted to give out there?
No, just like you were saying, I was watching it earlier, man. We got 2 weeks left until is the voting process, the election
2 weeks
process
left.
begins.
Yep.
And then
And
you'd already talked about the good, the bad,
the good, the bad,
and
the
the
ugly.
great.
Yep.
I mean, we got 4 slates running now,
4 states
and,
running.
so it doesn't really, like you said, we both in agreement. All of us in agreement with this. We don't care. We're gonna keep doing what we've been doing. We're not gonna stop just because it doesn't matter how many people run. You know, um, right up the road, they had a 4 slates run, and they took out their incumbents as well. So it will be done here. You know, we've been doing the work, and I think people see that. Well, I know people see that. And somebody asked me about a couple weeks ago about how, you know, how would I feel? How do I feel about all these slates running? And I was like, man, you know what? Everybody has the right to run. You know what I mean? But um, as I guess as I'll get ready to pull off here. So, but as a member, to me, as a rank and file member, not as a person that's running, I feel um disrespected as a member, just a regular member. Forget that I'm running, and I'm gonna tell you why. If if you want if you want me to vote for you, um, how you showing me? You come out a month or a couple of weeks before it's time to vote, or you come
Yeah.
out during nomination. I can't put my trust in anyone that wants me to be in a relationship that's going to at least last for 3 years, because the term is 3 years, and then all of a sudden you just show up wanting me to support you or vote for you. Doesn't work like that. I mean, you name me one or any relationship where people get into where you just show up and I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you my all. I'm gonna give you my vote. I'm gonna give you my
And
voice.
it's
It
funny
doesn't work
too
like that.
because when you break it down like that, and Richard Hooker is not in the studio. Just want to let everybody know he's on the phone and we're doing a video live as we do this, and I'll get the microphone as close as I can, and so we'll basically reiterate what he said. He's how can you have a relationship with the people running when they just come in? Like, nominations are in 2 weeks,
Right.
and the fourth slate is said to basically make an appearance at nominations and announce their running. So we kind of have an idea who they are. Can we confirm
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Probably not. But it's
No.
the whole thing
Yeah, right.
is, everything's like a rumor mill inside there. So I mean, paperwork's being handed out, and it's a lot of like negative stuff coming out, and it's coming out.
Yeah.
We're all assuming from this new slate, and we're just like,
Right.
wow, okay. So when you do that, first of all, you're kind of insulting the members off the jump,
Exactly.
because
Exactly.
you're not basically co-signing what you're putting out there. That's number one. Number two, you're coming out so late. Number three, you're basically insulting the people that they're supporting, and you're just not really coming out fully on like why. It seems
Right.
to be like a vendetta you have towards one person. And I've
Right.
heard,
Right.
yeah, I've heard that it's been more like, they're going to come after everybody type deal. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, if they're going to come after everybody, it's fine, but we've yet to see that. And it's not right for the members, because the members are seeing this. And let me just say that we didn't really respond to any of this stuff. We kind
No,
of
it was
let
no
it go in the
use.
back burner. Hold on, go ahead, Hook.
Yeah, there was no use to respond to it because you, when people put out stuff like this and you start, focusing on that and this, that, and the other, you take away from what we've been doing. So that's why, people, I had one guy was like, well, aren't you going to respond? I'm like, why? Because every fly at that, I put it out there. I think I put in a post. Um, it's impossible for us to hit every single person in this local. It's
Yeah,
impossible. We can try, but it's really, really hard. Those flyers that were put out about me last week, we were able to reach pretty much everybody that we couldn't, because I was walking. I never forget it. I'm gonna tell you this. I don't think I told you. I'm gonna tell everybody. I was walking in the hub one day, and it was three young ladies, and they say, "Aren't you the guy face we see on the flyer?" I was like, "Yeah." She said, "Man, what's going on?" So you know what I did? I said, "If you want to know more about the flyer and the information, here goes the card that you made."
yeah,
So I said,
okay,
"Here goes the card. You can follow any information that you want to know about. Here you go." I gave her that card. You know what? Next day they was like, "Yo, man, you guys been doing a lot of work. You guys did this. Why wasn't that mentioned in the flyer?" I said, I don't know. So she was like, "Well, you guys have my vote, because everything that you guys been doing over the last few years makes that flyer look useless." And that's why it was very
yeah.
important for us not to say anything, because the work will speak for us.
And
That's why
it truly,
anybody that come out negative, there's no
yeah,
need to respond. No need to
yeah, and it
respond.
truly backfired. Honestly, whatever they were trying to do, it actually helped us, and we want to say thank you. I mean, seriously.
Exactly.
I mean,
Thank you.
I was talking to a member was it yesterday, and I don't forget this, because I was talking to him, somebody I had to help, and I was talking to the member, and one of our people we're running against basically was helping him, the shop store, and I was talking to the person, and I was talking to another member, and I was like, and he was sitting next to us, and I was like, all right. I was like, we're going to ask him a couple questions to see if he knows. So I asked him, I was like, do you know there's an election coming up? He's like, oh, yeah, I know. So-and-so told me. Oh, okay. So he knows. So he knows because of the shop store telling him, because he's
Right.
running. I was like, okay. So I was like, do you know the ballots will be mailed? I go in my little spiel, because, you have to make sure you educate them fully, because the ballots are being mailed out October 15th. They're going to be tallied
Right.
November 4th. We only got 20 days to get the ballot and vote. So he's like, oh, okay. I was like, do you know I'm running? He was like, oh, no, I didn't know. I was like, okay, that's fine, because not everybody knows who I am, and that's fine.
Right.
I'll introduce myself. He's like, oh, okay. I was like, well, do you know about our website? He's like, oh, yeah, man, I was on that website. I was like, oh, he's like, I like your website. I said, oh, great. He's like, I'm actually a part of your Facebook page. I listen to everything. You guys are amazing. You've been doing all this stuff. Oh, okay. And he was like, I was like, but you know about the local election? And he's like, yeah. He's like, well, I was like, you know, because of such and such. He's like, yeah. He's like, I was like, you're voted for such and such. He's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, you got to remember who was there this whole entire time. It didn't just come out. And I was like, you got to remember, I was like, we've been here this whole time. Nothing has changed. I was like, you've been a part of our group for a while. You've been a member of UPS for about 5 years. So you know what's going on. I was like, loyalty to somebody because they're your friend and loyalty to somebody
Exactly.
because they're going to do a better job is two different things. And I
Yeah.
think that some of these slates are getting that really mixed up because, okay, fine. Oh, I have a lot of friends in here. They know me. Da, 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 da. I was like, yeah, but, you know, friends know you. And when I say they know you, they know what you do. They know what you don't do. They know if you're qualified. They know if you're not qualified. And they'll say they got your back, but they really don't because they don't want you to get mad at them. That's why there's a anonymous part of the ballot because a lot of people don't want their business out there. I mean, you can put your name on the ballot or you can have be anonymous. And a lot of people don't want to hurt people's feelings. Right? They just want to vote and they want to vote what's good. I mean, and the big thing about everything is that we tell you to vote slate because we only lost by 37 slate votes. Now, there's going to be 4 ballots. What's that going to do? Well, quite possibly it could mess up the slate votes and break it down and split the vote because I have a good friend that, you know, we've been good friends and I'm not banking on the friend vote. But I asked him, you know, do I have your vote? He's like, oh, absolutely. I was like, okay. I was like, do I have your vote or do the slate have your vote? He's like, oh, I can't do slate because he's my friend and that one's my friend and this one. I was like, well, listen, I was like, let me break it down to you this way, okay? Who's more qualified to do the job? I was like, people, you got to understand, just because they're your friend, are they qualified to do the job? And he just looked at me, never thought of it that way.
Right.
So when you break it down to like that to somebody, it's really good. So we got Joe in the house. Espo's in the house. So
All right.
we're going to have our somebody else live. But yeah, I mean, listen, when you break it down to everybody and how I've been doing it, because, you know, in the beginning, I ain't going to lie to you, Hook, when I was running, I didn't know how to handle the campaigning. Because, yes, I want to win. I'm very competitive. But I don't want to win without my brothers. And, you know, we're running together. You guys have faith in me to, you know, run with you. And I want to come along with the ride. So why would I not take everybody with me if I can? And that's the thing. When I go out there, I say vote slate, you vote for us all. You know, you get in, we all get in, and we make a change together. And that's what it's about. Now, what everybody, the rumbling in the building is, it's going to be a lot of split. You know, oh, this one, that one, the other thing. You know, and then there's also people that are like, I hate them. I will never vote for them. And you get that too. And a lot of some of it's towards us. I hate you guys. You guys do this. Or I hate that one person in your slate. I'll never vote for him. So some people will vote for everybody but that one person. So when you break it down like that, you know, it's a bunch of stuff that's going on.
What's up, Hooker?
Yeah.
No, I want to know who is number one.
Here you go, brother.
Someone said this. Some supervisor told me that I'm number 2, and there's a person down at the airport that's tougher than me.
Really?
Yeah. I wonder who that
is. So,
you know who it is, man.
Huh?
You know who it is.
I guess it's got to be Clarence. I got to be Clarence, right? Got to be Clarence, right? I don't know.
You know who it is. Y'all let the suit and tie fool y'all a lot of times, man.
They can try all they want, man. All I can tell you is game on.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. So
I had the opportunity to get the information I wanted. I took a little break on them. Now, game on.
So we have a bunch of people like last night. I don't know if you saw our live video, Hook.
Yeah, I watched it.
You watched it? Yeah. They were cutting people off the clock last night, doubles, and they weren't getting their guarantee. So that was a big thing. Jumbo was like, yeah, they're cutting them out. They didn't get their guarantee. They were letting them out like around between 1 and 1:20, and they just were getting them all off the clock. It was like, oh, panic mode, no work, get off the clock. Now, it's when you get there, you have to work them for the allotted amount of time, correct?
No, you have to pay the daily guarantee. You
Daily
send them
guarantee.
early, they're guaranteed to 8.
Yeah.
So you got to pay them.
Hey, I'm gonna be
Yeah. So
right
that's the
back,
issue.
yo. I'm gonna be right back. No, I'm saying I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was the big issue because like a lot of people they just were told to leave. So when you're told to leave, that's the issue. So
Like I said, the real big issue becomes one big thing here, right?
yeah,
Down the airport, like I said this before, you punch in, that's your shift for the day, right?
yeah,
You bring in, you get overtime at the 5, right? That's the reality.
yeah,
So, as long as they're getting overtime at the 5,
yeah.
it's not overtime, it's a premium at the 5 hours,
Yeah, yeah.
right? But they give these guys a lunch. Are they giving these guys an hour lunch, hour and a half lunch? What kind of lunch are they giving them?
Yeah, that's the issue that everybody's having right now because a lot of people don't like. Some people are working straight through, some people aren't. Some people are just like hanging in there and doing a half hour, going
So
right
are
back to
people
work.
being selectively chosen to work through lunch? Like,
Yeah.
hold it, I'm buddy with the supervisor. I just got in the door.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the one that works through lunch. And the guy that been here for 14 years, whatever, he's not getting the opportunity to work through lunch. Is that kind of what's going on, or what?
I mean, I couldn't even tell you because in there everything is people get like that. They get hush hush. They don't want to ruin it for
Listen,
themselves.
listen,
Yeah,
nobody,
that's the
nobody
main
wants
thing.
to cut their money short.
Yeah, exactly. That's like I had a member. I text you and everything.
Yeah.
I had a member tell me yesterday that he's been working doubles for 2 years.
Oh, listen.
2 years, and I was like, I looked at him. I said, "Excuse me." I thought I was going crazy when he said that. He's like, "For 2 years, I've been doing doubles, 2 shifts, that is." And I'm like, "Well, do you know you could be full time? Like, what's going on here?" I was like, "Joe Esposito just, handle this, and it's coming up. People are getting jobs." And he was like, "Really?" So, yeah. So that's crazy. What's up, Jumbo?
Hashtag, who's checking the house?
Yeah.
The stewards need to be there, making sure to record who's doing the time, and then reporting that to the hall. And hall should be getting there after 30 days. So listen, you got to post the job. Post the job.
Yeah.
Right? Like Jumbo said, the feeder guys got laid off. Magically, there was an 8-hour gig for them overnight. Now all of a sudden you find out, oh wait a minute, this guy's been doing it for years on end.
Yeah.
Right? How come those jobs don't get posted?
Well, now, so let's talk about that. Last night, you had a BA in the building. Dizzy was in the building. All right, you had Twilight part-timers did doubles on the midnight.
Yep. I was just talking.
They kicked them off the clock.
Yep.
Kicked them off the clock, 1 o'clock. We had a late plane, 1:40. They kicked them off the clock, 1 o'clock. Some of them only worked 90 minutes, right? Now, how can you kick them off the clock and the BA in the building? BA is in the building. Now, we come out the gate. When we come out the gate, they killing me, jump, jump, jump. I'm like, what happened? They kicked us off the clock. I said, they can't kick you off the clock. You got a BA in the building. Where's he at? So I told them all to give a clan spot and put a grievance in. You understand what I'm saying? But you shouldn't have a BA in the building in that area and you got members getting kicked off the clock. That's wrong. What happened is not only that, Romeo should be punching Romeo out. I'm a supervisor. I shouldn't be swiping Romeo out. That's wrong.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. Romeo's supposed to clock in and out himself. Now the supervisor swipe me out when he think I'm done.
Hold on, are they swiping them out on the phones?
No, they swipe them out on the town clock.
I'm just making
What's
sure
it
because they
called?
can swipe them out on the phones now.
No, they still doing by the card.
On my card.
As far as I know.
Yeah, as far as you know.
Yeah, but what happened is, like I'm saying, if you got a BA in the building, no way in the world you're supposed to be getting kicked off the clock. Well, why's the BA down there? All right. Now I just left the airport campaigning, right? Billy Marsh down there.
Ooh.
Somebody printed Billy Marsh a map. Now he over in feeders, he looking at me, making faces, stuff like that, this and that, right? Listen, Billy Marsh, everybody across the country who's on the negotiating committee with Billy Marsh is being forced out. Forced out. He telling y'all he retiring, we are forcing Billy Marsh out. Billy Marsh can never run Local 623. He's incapable of it. Once again, all y'all friends with Billy Marsh, he's weak. He never could be the principal officer of Local 623. He's been forced out. Now he's at the airport campaigning for Ron Bennett's sleep. So now everybody's saying, how is he campaigning for Ron Bennett? For Ron Bennett's sleep, Wharton B. Wharton B was elected by the members, then he quit, or he got fired. I'm like, hold up. This guy quit or got fired, now he wants to be the principal officer. They said, listen, they done did everything to Jumbo. Try to get him fired 100 times, this and that, right? They said Jumbo go to all the conventions, everything, face him, and quit. How can you vote for Wharton B? How can Mars campaign for him? Somebody he quit. And they tell him that this is what they tell him Wharton B at the gate. He quit. All right, so now we got 4 slates running. We got, let me get this right. We got Shanahan's slate, right? If you vote for Shanahan, you vote for Hoffman. Then you got Ron Bennett's slate, right? All right, then you got Trump's slate. That's what it is, Trump's slate.
Whose slate's that?
Your cousin.
My cousin.
Dana. That's the Trump slate. Now, if you vote for that slate, you might well say you're voting for Trump. All right? So now you got 4 slates, right? So everybody's saying, ain't nothing to talk about. Everybody knows what's at stake here. We've been campaigning long enough, this and that. Right? Like, Jum, where you been? I was in Atlantic City 2 weeks ago. I just came back from Toronto. Saturday, I'm going to New Orleans. Look, we done campaigned. We done showed y'all everything is wrong, yada, 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 yada. So I come back, and they say, yo, you heard what happened to Sandy? I'm like, nah. They said, Sandy went and got a permit. Sandy went and got a permit. Westbury went and got a permit. Now it's time for her to go to feeders. They said they ain't taking nobody else.
Yeah.
All right. Now, not only that, Jamal Boyd down Oregon Avenue.
Yeah,
he went. He paid for the score. Right. He's supposed to be in the class. Nothing happened.
Oh,
yeah.
I talked to Jamal tonight.
I
right?
seen him the other day.
Passing, right? He told me that he is Monday.
Okay.
Monday.
Okay.
But let's talk about how
see.
long it took to get to Monday and how many years that he lost money.
Well, let me
because
cut
it
you
was
off.
that quick.
Let me cut you off. I don't believe it. When we're gonna go over the Monday and we see him there happen, I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I don't believe it till you see it.
Yeah. Oh, listen, that's the way I look at it.
All right. Just like Sandy. Now Sandy, you know what I mean? Sandy went and did everything they told her to do.
Yeah.
Now they're saying, you know, she can't drive. But what happened is they stopped me in the hub, right? I'm telling them, come down here. I just had a guy stop me and was talking about this. I said, yo, come down here. I said, you guys keep wanting us to get on the radio, say this and that, right? They don't believe us. They think we make it up. You got to come down there. I said, you stopped me and talked to me for 30 minutes. You won't come down the radio and say that. I'm very unhappy. I'm very, come down there and say that.
Yes.
You got to come down here and say that. I told you where we at. You know what I'm saying? But, like you said, they're hiring off the street. We don't have a problem hiring off the street, but we should hire within first. Same thing with package car drivers. Package car drivers, they're hiring off the street. They're getting the job right away. Any part-timer, I'm talking about the airport, I don't know Oregon Avenue, any part-timer that comes out of the airport is not getting a fair shake. Kissy Thomas didn't get a fair shake. A couple other people didn't get a fair shake. I think I talked about this before. He worked one day at Bow. All right, first, he graduated from undergrad. Right? And when you graduate from undergrad, you're a driver, correct?
I would say yeah.
Okay, so now he drove one day out of Bow.
Yeah.
Next day, they didn't have any work. They sent him over media. Media said, you cannot work here because you didn't take a road test here. That's not right.
Yeah,
That's not right. Yo, the BA and Shanahan, let him send him home.
That's ridiculous.
When you do undergrad, you're done.
Yeah.
That's it. You should be able to drive whatever you got to do. They move you over to the other center. You got to work, and do the best you can do because you're not going to be familiar with the area. It was a totally different center, and you just came out of undergrad. That's ridiculous.
And it's double standard. If you hired off the street, the rules don't apply to you. If you come from inside the hub, you don't get treated right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad.
What's the latest? Listen, what happened down in Atlantic City?
What happened in Atlantic City, I was saying that I was done after this election. I said I don't want nothing else to do, right? Now, Ken Hall and Hamilton, they stand up and say they went to Western PA and, they got the contract passed, they took the credit and everything. Ken Hall says that's the best contract we ever had. Hamilton said that's the best contract. Where? Saying the case, a few guys on social media lying to the people, wouldn't tell them the truth, right? So they took all this, talking about, yeah, well, the IBT say Ken Hall and Hamilton, they crazy for going to Western PA. They ain't gonna get nothing done. So they went up there and they saved it. They got the contract passed. So they taking all the credit. What was good about this contract? You tell me what was good about this contract.
I think what you got to look at is what happened the past 5 years prior to this contract, how they were getting their raises taken away to go pay for the pension fund, and no one did anything. Now you want to come in, you want to pass this particular agreement here, but no one can tell you, is the pension fund a good investment or a bad investment? They came up there and got it passed, right? But was it a good investment, right? Like if I was going to take $100 and I was only going to get $10 in return, is that a good investment? No, right? So let's get with the facts. Bill Hamilton came out, I think it was like 2 elections ago, says when TDU comes around, make sure they show you the facts, right? Well, Bill, listen, I'm going to tell you and Ken Hall, give me the facts. Why was it the best? What was going on beforehand, right? That's just compared to what you got, right? That's the information that's missing here to the membership and now on the social media to everybody understand what goes on. They're quick to tout and pout their hand like, yes, we got you something, right? But they're not telling you what was happening. This ain't even happens at our union meeting. They don't want to tell you nothing unless someone brings it up.
So let me cut you off. The one question, right? So, okay, now they said the contract is all that, right? They saying the team care was the same as UPS health benefits, right? Ken Hall and Hoffa, let me ask you this question. And Hamilton, if it's so good, team care is so good, why y'all don't have it? Why don't y'all have team care if it's so good? They won't answer that question.
See, it's one of those things that questions get avoided. You know,
Listen,
the answers get avoided.
Listen,
from the
I heard people at our hall say that, you know, the Philadelphia Health and Welfare Facility Plan, right, that they're a part of, isn't as good as the Team Care Plan. I don't know. I don't have it, but that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Now the question is, let's get the facts out there and prove which one's better. Because if they had a better plan, why couldn't we get that plan? You know, plan shopping should be up to us to figure out where we want to go, not dictated by the master agreement.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of didn't have an option.
I mean, look, 804 used part of their health and welfare contribution to help improve their pension, right?
Yeah.
They made improvements, so they're climbing the ladder. We didn't do that, so now we're stuck, you know, in the maybe it gets done category.
Yeah.
Or falls apart.
And just like they say, so I'm on the board. They say, oh, Jim, this, that. I said, listen, they don't tell me nothing. They don't want to tell me nothing. If I insist on finding out something, I'm going to go to jail. All right? Just like you said, the $6 million. What was the $6 million for? They still won't tell us. They still. I'm on the board, and, you know, guys talking about, Jim, you spoke. I said, listen, I just sit there because if I say something, I'm going to get locked up. You understand what I'm saying, right? Because I'm not going to back down. But like I said, what was the $6 million for?
Yeah.
If we were doing so great, you know what I mean?
Well, we're going to take a little bit of a break, and just want to let you guys know, South Philadelphia Community Radio, WOOM 92.9 FM, and we're going to check out for a little bit and be right back.
Do you want to know what the $6 million is for?
Now, do I hit the second one after that, or let it play the second one?
I think you got to do 1 and 2, and then let it go.
Do this one and this one?
Yeah.
Or just do this one?
Do that one and then do the other one after it. Doesn't, you know.
'Cause I don't know if this is the break into this one.
It's about less than a minute, so you know, just do both of them, be on the safe side. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I've never, you know what I mean?
It's fine.
It's not that hard to go.
No. I just want to make sure it's the right one, that's all.
Ugh.
Because you didn't really tell me much, because Hook was supposed to be here. Yeah.
Listen, I don't know that much about it because I don't do it enough to know about it.
I guess you go right back into it and let it play.
Also like this, right? Then they want to organize Amazon. They want us to do it for free.
Yeah.
It's crazy what's going on.
If they stop taking the money and sending Dizzy, all those TNBC things, we could take people off the job.
I hit
and
both
organize.
Hook. After this other one,
Mhm.
I'll get right back into it.
We can, and you know what I mean? If we stop sending Izzy, spend $1,000 sending Izzy all over the country, we can afford to take 2 or 3 people off the job and let them organize Amazon and pay them.
Hold on.
Well, they take people off for political purposes and take them off the
Hi
job.
guys, welcome back to 623 Lives Matter Show. I'm James Romeo. I'm here with Joe Esposito and Nathan Jumbo Daniels.
Jumbo Nathan Daniels.
Jumbo Nathan Daniels. So we're basically letting you guys know it's 2 weeks left of nominations. It's getting closer and closer by by the day, by the hour, by the minute, right? I mean, we can't wait to this Saturday is going to be the meeting, and everybody's supposed to be there, you know. So I mean, hopefully, if you're listening to this, you'll show up and you're part of the local 623. So here you go, John.
Yeah, you're saying everybody says that they're going to show up and say this and that, right? You're going to have the same few people show up, which is sad. We have a lot of problems in our local, a lot of problems.
Wow.
And, you know, it doesn't take that long. I mean, you stop down at 30, 40 minutes and speak your piece. Nobody's saying you have to stay there all day. We understand you got family and kids, but you got to stop down. You got to come down there. You got to come down, and you got to fight for what you believe in. I mean, the people in the hub, look, they killing me in the hub. They killing me, but they won't come to the radio show. They won't come down the hall.
Yeah, there's always an open invitation for people to come down here. It's like we don't hold it hostage. You guys want to come down?
Anybody come to the hall.
Anybody could come. I mean, you guys basically pay for the stuff that goes on at the hall anyway. So why don't you come down and see it? And I told this guy that when I was campaigning. He looked at me. He was like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah." So if people don't understand that, you know, your dues pay to keep this stuff going, and why not check out what you're paying? I mean, if you're paying somebody to do work on your house, are you going to check up on them once in a while? I mean, this is how it is.
Yeah.
And, and we got so many problems down there, it's unreal. You won't believe how many problems we got down there. I mean, just like we had a part-time, Arnold Gordon. He just went for a full-time job.
Yeah.
He failed the hazmat. They didn't give him study material. They didn't let him know what time he had to get up on the road. So they disqualified him, right? Then they said, oh, he took the test. When he took the test, right, he up Willock Road. They told him, oh, can you leave? They didn't tell him whether he passed or failed the test. He had to wait a couple days to find out whether he passed or failed the test. When did that happen?
It's a computer test.
Yeah, but listen, I'll tell you. They said, oh, it was 4 other people with him. They said, y'all can leave. So now he found out that he failed the test, right? When he had to go in there with the midget, he went in there with the midget when he should have been in with a BA. All right? You understand saying, oh, well, you can't, you know, you got to take program. You can drop a job again, right? That's not fair. That's not fair. You understand saying? They couldn't have gave him study material. You understand saying, right? In all honesty, Arnold was late 3 times, 30 minutes. When Arnold said 30 minutes, that means he was late an hour. Now I told Arnold, look, make sure you're on time. You need a ride, we can get your ride there, right? He owned up and said, John, I was late 3 times, 30 minutes, right? So, like I said, that's an hour. But still, he should have had the right study material, right? And he shouldn't have been penalized because we didn't have a class, a hazmat class at the airport. It still should have gave him the material. The union should have made sure he had the material.
They had a class, I want to say, 3 or 4 weeks prior to what you said here at down Oregon Ave.
That's crazy. That whole situation is crazy.
So now he don't have a full-time job. Yeah. Now he's having a full-time job.
Yeah.
You understand? So first of all, when they called him, they said, "You got a full-time job." He said, "When I start, we don't know when you start. We don't know."
I remember you saying that.
He comes down there, I'm arguing with him, right? He said, "I got a full-time job. I got to deal with HR." So what do you mean you got to deal with HR? You pay their salary. They supposed to tell you when you're supposed to report, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. 2 weeks ago, we had another problem with Rocky. I said, Rocky got a job, right? He said, "Jim, I got a job." I said, "Okay, when you start?" "I don't know when I start." He said, "I don't know." He said, "I got to deal with HR, right?" So he said, "Jim, I start Monday." I said, "Where you report?" He said, "I don't know." I said, "Rocky, meet me at the gate 10 o'clock. Come in and say, Jim, he already went in with the supervisor, right?" And he didn't know nothing. When they call and say you got a job, they supposed to say you supposed to go to B6, you're going to be in building ship, you got 2 weeks class, yeah. We got people showing up. We got to figure out. We got to go to management and figure out what job they have.
Yeah, I mean, I actually had that happen to me. Like when I first became full time, I had I got signed up for midnight ramp preload. When I got to, they didn't tell me where to go, where to report, how to report for preload, so on and so forth. So I just, came in and reported to, the first supervisor I seen, and they told me where to go. But when I reported for midnight for the ramp portion, they didn't even know I was hired for full time. They were like, "What?" So I had to go to I had to go to HR, and they had to look up my stuff, and they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah." I'm like, "Well, where do I go?" And they were like, "Oh, you're not even on ramp." What do you mean? They're like, "Oh, you're on building shift." I'm like, "Is that the same thing?" Like, I didn't know nothing. So
Did you hear this, Tracy Parker?
it's crazy.
Where's the communication level needs to happen?
Well, I found out through a member last night. He was telling me that he got a call for full time. I was like, "Oh, that's excellent." He goes, "Yeah, but they offered me a position that wasn't even posted." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I signed up for XYZ jobs." I was like, "Okay," and they offered me something completely different. I was like, "Well, what did they offer you?" The couple freeloaders that basically left the preload and got a different bid, and their jobs weren't posted yet. They were offering them before they posted, and I was like, "Huh?" I was like, "That's crazy." I was like, "They're supposed to post it first."
We had a job down Oregon Avenue. It wasn't posted. Got LT Patterson's job. Lo and behold, I want to say over the last 10 days or whatever, this girl Liz got the job. Right?
I know Liz.
Right? She came down and she got the job. Right? I'm like, I wouldn't even knew what was going on.
And that's basically what's going on. Like, people are getting jobs. You don't know about the seniority date. You don't know about nothing.
Well, how can you know about seniority? Our rank got 9 different seniority lists. Small store had 3 different seniority lists, right? So now that you get hit, the other problem you got, the union call you, Vice President Romeo, would you like to have this job? You say, yes, I would like to have this job. Oh, we got to check with Esposito first, see if he wants.
Yeah.
If he turns it down, then you can have it. You ain't supposed to do that.
No.
You ain't supposed to do that.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to ask me, do I want a job? And I tell you, yeah. Then you got to say, oh, we got one person in front of you. That's not how it works.
No, that's a poor method.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, and it's crazy because things are getting down to the wire, with election time, and it seems like more and more people are getting like offered full-time jobs, and more people are.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like that.
If you file agreements,
what's up, Buck?
Make it seem like
What you say?
Doing their job, right? I say, yeah, this time, around this time, it's gonna be like that. Election time, you can almost walk out of that job stealing something, you'll get your job back. They're gonna make sure they do whatever they can to get all these votes. They're gonna do any and everything they can, man.
Yeah, any and everything.
If
and
you
that's the crazy part.
If you file agreement, you want some extra money, all you gotta do is file agreement, you're gonna get paid. This he got somebody triple time, didn't he? As I heard, he got somebody triple time because they want you to vote for him. And all you people that got brand new jobs, listen, I'll tell y'all once again, y'all do not owe them anything. Your seniority got you the job. You don't owe them anything. That's their job to make sure that you get a job. So when they say, oh, don't forget I got you that job, vote for me, that doesn't work like that. You don't owe them anything.
Yeah, I mean,
but it sounds like there might be some shenanigans with the process, right? Just like you said, someone calls up Romeo in advance, says, Romeo, you want this job? Wait, hold it. I got to talk to Esposito over here, right? If you tell them, yeah, and they think, let's say Romeo's more likely to vote, do they try to talk that other guy out of the job? You know what I mean? Who knows what's going on? We got to find out.
It's already shenanigans going on, right? If you tell a guy he didn't sign the list in April, if he didn't sign the list in April, all right. If he didn't, you told me that he didn't sign the list. You told me he didn't sign the list, right? Now, 2 days later, you come and say, I'm hook you up. I'll put you on the list and give you a job. You tell me what's wrong with that picture. And that happened. The Vice President did.
I've heard that story multiple times. I mean, there's stories I heard where people didn't know nothing about the dovetail list. All of a sudden, miraculously, they were on the list. And I'm like, wow, I thought you didn't know nothing about it. And they're like, oh, yeah, I signed it.
The dovetail list should be
Election time, man.
Together, because that's a way they can jump the seniority in the system. I don't appreciate the dovetail list. I think it's a bad idea. You should let people sign the list and find out what happens.
Exactly.
Right?
I mean,
and I even put a proposal that you could do it like on UPSers, because a lot of people have that. They can go in and see what jobs are to come up.
Yeah. I mean,
that fears.
I mean, listen, it's everybody should be considered as getting full time, and it should go by seniority. Honestly, if you break it down and you think about it, you've been here for 25 years, and you didn't know about the dovetail list, and then somebody else knew about it, and they signed it, and they jumped to your seniority.
More important, Romeo. People should be getting full time anyway when they work full time hours.
Yeah.
The guy worked 2 years and isn't considered full time. So when he
years.
gets his full time job, he doesn't have 2 years worth of progression. He's got to do that all over.
Yeah.
So now he could be full time for 6 years.
Yeah.
Until he gets the top rate.
Yeah, and it's crazy thing because a lot of these members are working these hours and basically not reaping the benefits. It's not going towards your pension. You're still getting a part-time pension.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're not getting a full-time pension.
There's no advantage pension-wise as a part-timer to work as a full-time.
I mean, you're getting good money, but guess what? In the end,
listen, I don't know about good money.
Well,
yeah, I don't know about good money.
Yeah.
Like, unless you've been there like a long time, then it may be all right money.
Well, you got people working
people
like 18, 19 years.
There's guys with 5 years or less.
Yeah.
If I told you right now, we got guys on the
You were
preload
telling
that
me.
come off the street, right off the street, working 6 days a week, getting 30, 35 hours a week easy. When does that become a full-time position? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because
that's what everybody needs to come down and ask Bill Shanahan down the hall. I'll tell you right now. When does it become full-time? Who's checking the house? Who's watching the hours? Who's watching when the jobs get posted? You can't keep having a system to say, hey, Joni's here watching the bid process when you're not watching the hours that are generating jobs in the first place.
It seemed like a coincidence that after everything you were saying, that all of a sudden they try to shut down the doubles. It just seemed like a coincidence because now they got there and people are starting to fight and get those grievances in, and now they got to basically live up to it.
Well, they canceled doubles last night on midnight.
Yeah.
Twice they told them no more doubles.
Yeah.
They're working there. There's plenty of work in there. I mean, plenty of work in there, and the union is letting them do it. You
Anybody that got shorted should be automatically considered an aggrieved employee. And Izzy, right, aka Dizzy, right, should make sure that those guys get the balance. Any supervisors working grievances to make those guys whole. Say the company deliberately use supervisors to reduce the hours they work in order to not document a full-time position.
Well, it's gonna be hard to put the grievance in, right? Because he put the grievance in, right? And next thing you know,
he's out for 3-4 days.
No, he's out for 7 days, 10 BC. So how is he gonna put a grievance? He put the grievance in, it's gonna sit on the table and fall in the trash. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you a question. All right.
You're killing me.
So basically, say somebody was working overtime or doubles, for a long period of time. Say they were working from March till yesterday.
Yeah.
They cut it off yesterday.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to work today. All right. Let me ask you a question. Would they still be eligible to file that grievance to get them the full time?
Yes. And
All
I would say yes. And I'll tell you why.
Yeah, because I have somebody that's eligible like that. And I didn't know because the person was here every day, and I found out last night. So there's 2 people yesterday I found out that's been doubling for either 2 years or up to a year.
This particular grievance right here, buddy. Okay,
For live people
right there.
For the people on the
Basically,
radio.
UPS has to document, right, who's full time, who's part time, and they have to deliver that to the hall, right? And this is where the problem starts. If a guy works 30 days as a full-time employee, and this happens especially during vacation time, where guys are working to cover other full-time employees, clearly they should be full-time. They have gained their seniority, right? And if a new job exists, right, which only has to really exist for 30 and 90, that job is going to get posted as a new job once somebody vacates from the center. That's what it comes down to, right? I mean, no,
It's true, Johnny.
this.
Oh, it's true. Oh, it's true.
Whoa! Don't brag now. Don't brag. Listen, I'll tell you this much too, right? We'll get to that in a second. Let's get this full time. It's more important.
Yes.
It's the documentation process, right?
Yes.
If I work that, UPS will document it under Article 46 when they submit that information to the hall. If they don't submit the information to the hall, right, in a proper way, people lose. Members lose. People who aren't full-time yet lose. People that just got hired lose. Everybody loses because that job, some lady will translate into somebody else getting it at some point in time, right? It's growing the full-time job.
Let me cut you off. So what happened is it's a long process, right? It's a lot to it. So what happened is the rule is you file a grievance no matter what.
Yeah.
Even if the union tell you don't file a grievance,
File.
you file a grievance, right? And let it play out the way it is, right? But it's a long process, right? Just like Hooker had a part-timer that something went down and the union told him no, they wasn't going to get paid. They didn't get X amount out. Hooker got him what, $20,000, right?
Yes.
You always
Right.
file a grievance. Even if it goes nowhere, you file a grievance.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So if Hooker didn't file a grievance for this part-timer, he wouldn't have got the money. You always file a grievance. If you walk away with nothing, you walk away with nothing. You might win, you might lose. You file a grievance.
Documented the situation. That's what's really important here.
Yeah.
Documented the situation to validate claims and for future generations. And the generation you're in now, you say, hey, listen, I documented this. This is why I felt this way. You teach everybody in the center what to go out and look for at your work area. That's what you got to do.
Now, let me ask you a question, because when I investigate these things, I ask questions to other people to try and get the right answer and stuff like that, besides reading up on it myself. But I checked with one of the members from the board, and I asked the person about this thing before. This is before you were basically preaching it over here. What was told to me is they win.
Yeah.
The job is made a full-time job, a new bid, and that person that worked it does not get the job. Now, is that true or false?
In the past, I believe that's what happened. But the argument should be that the guy worked the time in order to gain the seniority. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit and lie, because the 4 full-time shifting jobs, from my understanding, were made down the airport. But they never said whether the guy got the seniority or not. I don't even know if that was even addressed within the thing, right? I think the guy got pushed into the job or whatever. Who knows? Because I still don't have that case that I asked Shanahan for and Wharton for, right? Many moons ago.
Well, if you're talking about the one with Whiteman, when they were shipping, they got bumped out.
Not that one.
Okay, because
This
what
is
happened?
back, I want to say, prior to 1993.
And it's funny because there's so many.
Because what happened is with Whiteman and them, they had to fight, and they still fought to the last minute when they finally got their seniority. That when they started, because they was trying to say, nah, something else, and that's the thing. You know what I mean? They won't. You got to fight the union to get prove seniority data.
Yeah.
Why do you got to fight the union?
Yeah, that's what they've been
sad.
doing it. Yeah.
That's sad.
I mean, a lot of people have been doing it for a while. Like, I remember right before I got full-time, one of my friends got full-time. And he was telling me that when he got full-time, he went in like October. And it was late October, maybe early November. And they said that he didn't hit seniority until January.
Right.
Well, he'll get backdated to the first day he worked in October, right?
Yeah, but
they're saying that you can't accrue your you can't make your 30 days inside November and December, right?
But you're working.
But you took a bid.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to qualify and make seniority for the bid within the 30 days. That's what it is. It's not. And there's the reason why that language is there, Romeo, right? Is because everybody would go full-time in November and December because they all worked the full-time hours to make the job happen.
Yeah.
Hey, Romeo.
Pat Stacker said they were bringing part-timers off the street and working for pens.
I know exactly who you're talking about, right?
Well, we just
Won't you tell everybody what the principal officer told that brother?
He said
November and December no count, right?
He said he knows what you're talking about when you're the person you were talking about. He said, say what the principal officer told that brother.
Which one? Which incident is he talking about?
I'm talking about you, Romeo. I'm talking about you, Romeo.
Which what?
You remember? I know who you're talking about because you remember he was supposed to make seniority.
Yeah.
And he was trying to tell him that November and December didn't count.
Yeah. Well, what they
and
did
the
is
principal
they went back and they told them they counted. After a while, but they said, oh well, you can't do that because you accumulated. It's during peak time. It doesn't count. And then after peak, they're like, no, it counted. But 2 different stories. One person said yes, one person said no. But actually, it was a different person too I was talking about, because one person, his seniority didn't change, and the other person, they did. It made no sense.
Well, I forget his name. I forgot the brother's name that he worked early AM. He didn't drive none. He didn't drive none, right? And I think he started September or something like that, and it was January, right? And they told him they didn't make a seniority, right?
Yeah.
He was saying that peak November and
December don't count.
Yeah.
right? And we're into January.
Yeah.
They're talking about because he never drove. Well, correct me, Hook, he never drove.
Right.
He just disqualified, and you let him
Right.
disqualify him. Now we're in
But
January.
that's not his
September,
fault
right?
that he didn't drive.
He made 38.
Right.
Hold on, go ahead, talk.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Hook.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the fact that he didn't drive, that's not his fault.
Right.
He was in that position. He did his time. He should have got the job.
Yeah.
The fact that they didn't put him out there to drive, that's not his problem. He was there to do a job. He showed up every day, did his 30 days.
Yeah.
The job is his. But they were trying to say since he didn't drive, then he didn't qualify for the job.
Yeah.
That's not his fault.
It's amazing because
You
like
could say that he didn't qualify to technically do the job, but he earned his seniority because he
Yeah.
worked in the position for 30 days.
Exactly.
And they should have disqualified him on the 30th day, and that should have happened, but that did not happen.
Yeah.
Again, Roman,
Right.
here's a great example, right? If you work in a package center for 30 days, you make seniority within that center. That's not happening on the inside.
Right.
So when that guy goes and tells you, or the e-board guy goes and tells you, hey, listen, well, when you do it inside, it doesn't count. Well, why does it count if I did it in a package car?
let me cut you off.
The
Espo.
language is the same.
Let me cut you
But
off. Espo.
magically, it's applied differently.
Let me cut you off, Espo. And it doesn't apply with package car drivers neither.
Yeah.
30 days now, right? Because Hook will tell you that we've known that a guy was at 28, 29 days, right?
Yep.
And they told the BA, the principal officer, like, yo, you give me another 2 weeks, you don't give me another 2
Right.
weeks, you're
Right.
not gonna make
Right.
it. So
Right.
it doesn't, you know
Right.
what I mean?
I've heard that story.
Yeah. They do what they want to
They've
do.
accommodated some
They do-
people to
they
give
do
them
what
an
they
extra
wanna
couple
do.
weeks before they make the seniority.
And it's
They do what they wanna
crazy.
do, right? It's supposed to be 30 days. When you get 30 days,
Right.
it's over with.
Yeah.
But
And the one guy I know that happened to, he's in management again already.
Yeah, I know a couple of drivers that I remember last year when I just bid it out on preload. One of the drivers I knew was real, he was like, "Oh man, I can't wait." He's like, "I just got a new bid. I'm getting off of driving and coming in." I was like, "Oh, that's excellent." Day one, I saw him. Day two, he looked all mad and upset. I was like, "What happened?" I was told that I got the bid, but I'm not allowed to go till January. This was October. Actually, it was end of September, like it is now. And he was like, "What?" I just looked at him. I was like, "Huh?" He's like, "Yeah, they won't let me leave. They won't let me leave till January."
There's a certain time frame they got to move you before you
Yeah.
take down a bid.
Yeah, that's
Well,
crazy.
see, I mean, we can go back and forth all day and night with this because what happened is like we still got the other case where so Tuesday to Saturday drivers, the principal officer told them that starting in September they was going to start hiring package car drivers one a week, and they would go Monday to Friday. So one driver went asked the manager, and the manager said, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" He said, "That's not going to happen in February." Now, and they went ballistic. When I'm coming out the gate, and the young lady said, "John, I've been here 2 years, Tuesday to Saturday, right? I got 12 people with less seniority than me working Monday to Friday. That's not fair."
That's right. Jumbo hit it right on the
Yeah.
button. I heard the same thing from the centers down Oregon Avenue that the violation of the seniority gets done. I talked to a person that was on the e-board, right? And I was asking about, what's the deal with Tuesday through Saturday versus Monday through Friday? He said, well, the junior guys are supposed to work Tuesday through Saturday, right? So I would have clarified this point. You can't split a work week for anybody. They're all on the same seniority list, right? On day one, people that don't work on day one are laid off. That's what happens. You know what I mean? You want to come in and try to be an extra and someone switches out for flops, it's on you to come in and do that, right? On day 6, it should be going down in seniority order who works that day, right? Junior guys are more than likely working because the other guys are doing hours and they can't work on Saturday.
It's kind of like the hub. The hub, you got people working Monday to Thursday, off Friday, and then coming in Saturday. But then now nobody's coming in on Fridays, so they're getting the Saturday people to work Friday and Saturday. So they're working essentially 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Now they're not going in seniority order. They're asking people, "Do you want to come in? We need you. Do you want to come in?"
When I was down here,
And it's crazy.
Guy, supervisor came in, new hire was there, right? Was there 2 weeks. I like how you work, whatever. Make sure your attendance stays good, and I'll put you on the list for doubles. So is he coming in off the street? Didn't even make 30 days yet. He could get a doubles list and be working doubles for another guy.
It's
Right.
crazy, Alex.
Listen, who's checking the house? Who's checking the house?
So you're not checking the house. The union not taking the house. They letting labor do whatever they want to do, and that's what it is. Labor gonna keep doing whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? And like now, now FedEx canceled the contract with Amazon. We got a ton of work that we can't handle.
All time
you know
high.
what I mean? We can't even get to work on the planes, right? We can't handle the work, and now you telling us no more doubles? You telling us no more doubles? Come on, man.
How about the airplane?
Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, we have a member on our live saying Saturday. Wait till they start working Sundays. I mean, they're going to be 7 days a week coming soon.
I heard there's
in January.
4 or 5 charter flights on Sunday. Is
Well,
anyone know the answer to this question here?
Yeah,
I know.
I'm supposed to get this up.
Jersey already started. I don't know what they're doing. Then we ain't started yet at the airport. We didn't start yet.
It's just not
We
here.
didn't start yet. They would have to tell the members before that. All the membership.
Well, what did you find out?
All right. The charter flight shouldn't be started. If they start the charter flight, all 4,400 members should have got a letter in the mail saying we started something new. We knew they was in talks with UPS, but it's a done deal. They got to let all the members know. That's not supposed to be. But then again, we 623. They do whatever they want to do.
Is someone not that doesn't want to spend the money on a mailing?
Wow.
Oh,
That's the question.
yeah. Well, so you saying you don't want to spend the money on the mailing, but you send Disney all over the country.
Yeah.
All right. Again, hotel. You understand? TNBC, and he said, excuse for union business. Somebody tell me what has TNBC done for Local 623? Any member at 623 has TNBC ever did anything for you, right? Now we spend thousands and thousands of dollars on sending Disney all over the country. Hooker and I, 2015-16, when we ran behind Fred, we went across the country, we had spent our own money. So now he's a PA, and they still paying for him to go ahead in there. And keep saying, excuse union business. Expo, tell me what union business TNBC is. Tell me what TNBC does for 623.
I don't know. I never seen him at the gates trying to organize our members. The question is this: can Izzy organize our own members and get them on the same page and get something better for our own members? Right? Right. Don't tell me that 30-minute meal period.
We got
yeah,
problems. We got
sure.
problems here, and we have we don't have a BA because he's somewhere in TNBC, Tennessee, Florida, 7 days, Canada, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? He's never here. That's why they put Carl Robinson on to try and cover for him, right? But we paying his salary. He's supposed to be here for the members. But so somebody should ask Shanahan, what is excuse for union business? And we need to, and somebody else did that. We want to tally how many days he's been off, and how much have you paid him over this last few years.
Well, guys, well, it's getting close to that time for us, and we're going to go with our final thoughts here. What's your final thought, John?
All right, you got to vote. I got to vote. You can't keep complaining. You got to vote. Hashtag 623 Lives Matter. Richard Hooker, you got to vote Slate. You got to vote. Listen, it's time for a change. Listen, we can talk bad about anybody, this and that, right? But what happened is it's time for a change. Everybody knows how bad it is. It's really bad. It's really bad in 623, right? If you're happy with the way things are, vote for Shanahan, vote for Hopper.
Put a lot of grievances in. My shops do put a lot of grievances in. Shanahan, try to go and do the thing and do the right thing and make a move, right? And be strong about it. I was giving appreciation for that, right? But there's other stuff missing in the house.
Yeah.
Big stuff. Guys not getting the jobs, you know what I mean? Not getting the full-time recognition they deserve, right? The Tuesday through Saturday seniority issue. There's other issues happening. The 70-cent raise issue for the guys in progression in the feeder department. All these big key issues here that conveniently the other slates aren't talking about. You know, they're not putting that information on Facebook. Hey, listen, these are definitely some of the key issues that I want to go and do.
Yeah.
They said they're not crossing the picket line.
Yeah. Shout out to 107, not crossing the picket line for DHL, helping them out there. You know, but we're going to have to go soon. So my final thought basically is, you know, you want better, vote better. 623 Lives Matter. Slate is the way to go in my mind. We're out there for the members, you know, and the ballots are coming out October 15th. You know, be tallied the 4th. So, again, Thursday, which is tomorrow, 7 a.m. at Oregon Avenue. I'm going to be there with the Philadelphia Web Warriors. So we'll be rallying for 623 Lives Matter. And you're listening to South Philadelphia Community Radio, Womb 92.9. Everybody, have a great one.
TV television.
So I just want to get,
Yeah, I know.
add the show over at 11. So
Yes, sir.
I have a city council.
Have a great one, everybody. Hook, I'll talk to you later on, all right?
All right.
All right, brother.
10.